They come here to Tempe, Arizona for its 300 plus days of sunshine and an average temperature of 74 degrees. One of the most intense field of professionals will be competing on the streets of Tempe this Sunday, along with more than 2,400 age group athletes. Welcome to the 2010 Ford Ironman Arizona. Welcome to the Ironman Live Ramp-Up Show brought to you by Ford. I'm Chris McDonald, sitting in for Greg Welsh. This is our 6th year here in Tempe with the 7th edition of the Ford Ironman Arizona. With me here today I have Lisa Bentley. Welcome, Lisa.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's good to be here in Tempe. It's my first time here, and of course we miss Greg. Hey Greg, it took 2 guys to replace you, so you are irreplaceable, no question about it.
On my left, I've got good friend Matt Liotta.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's good to be here at Ironman Arizona. It's my first time down here to watch this race, and excited for a great men's field and amazing women's field here at this race. I don't know about the Welchie comment. We'll see on Sunday how we all stack up, but we're going to be stoked to see him back here on Sunday, but ready for a good race.
And coming up in our show today, we're going to talk about the deep pro field we have here at Ford Ironman Arizona. We have 25 Ironman victories in the field. We're going to chat to some of our age group athletes. We'll have course highlights and the race day weather. And we're going to try and give an intelligent opinion on why we've got such an elite field here on Sunday. We have Chrissy Wellington, Rachel Joyce, Meredith Kessler-Brooks, the list goes on.
It sure does go on. We have so much to talk about. I mean, certainly the highlight of the field would be Chrissy Wellington. She has been just a machine racing. She's 9 for 9, winning all 9 Ironman races that she's ever attempted. She's a 3-time Ford Ironman world champion. She holds a course record, just smashed the field at Roth, going 8 hours and 19 minutes. She is a machine. But this year at the Ford Ironman World Championships, she showed that she's also a human machine when she was not able to start that race due to illness.
I focused post Kona on not only getting myself physically strong again, but also getting myself mentally strong enough to race. Not racing Kona was a mental hurdle that had to be overcome. It was very difficult for me. It was a huge disappointment, and racing an Ironman is as much a mental challenge as a physical challenge. So that's been the focus of the past month, getting physically healthy enough to compete and being mentally strong enough to endure the downs as well as the ups that Ironman racing brings.
We have 4 Ironman champions that are going to be going after that human factor and trying to expose Chrissy for her weakness. Now, highlighting that field, we have Lindsay Corbin. She won in Coeur d'Alene. I like this course for her. She is a great runner. She consistently runs around the 3-hour mark for her marathon, so look for her to come through the field. We also have Meredith Kessler. She is basically Rookie of the Year. She turned pro this year. She's won her first Ironman at Subaru Ironman Canada, and she had 2 second-place finishes. So very strong on the swim, bike, and run. She's going to be super strong on this course. Heather Wurtel, well, this course isn't super great for her because she's such a dominant swim biker, where this course is a little bit flat, but do expect her to be strong. She won in St. George this year. We also have Helene Bijdevet. She won on this course a couple of years ago. She is a great biker and runner. She knows how to win here, and she was 9th at the Hawaii Ironman World Championships this year. Now, my underdog favorite is Rachel Joyce. She quietly has been going about her business, coming in 5th and 6th at the Ford Ironman World Championships the last couple of years. That is really outstanding. Expect her to lead out of the swim, and then it's anyone's guess if she has that magical day. Also keep an eye out for Leanne DeCave. She's had a strong second half of her season, coming in 10th in Hawaii and an incredible race at the Clearwater 70.3 last weekend. A great swimmer, biker. Look to see her have a great race on Sunday.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one, Lisa. I think Rachel Joyce doesn't have an Ironman victory yet. With a 5th and a 6th place in Kona, I think we can look to see her push Chrissy all day. Undoubtedly, though, I think Chrissy's still the favourite. Maddie, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chrissy's still the favorite, but this is a race where we're going to see a lot of swim bikers that are really strong. So you might have 4 to 5 women riding the bike around Chrissy at the beginning of this race. So as Lisa said, with her showing that she's human, these girls are going to take advantage of that and try to push her when possible and try to convince Chrissy that maybe she isn't the favorite and that she's going to have to work for it. But it's definitely in Chrissy's field, but it's going to be a good race.
I think for the first time, of course, Chrissy's the favorite. It's just a matter for the first time the other women have hope. And they've never had that before, but Hawaii has sort of given them that hope that, you know, she's just not this, this machine that can churn out win after win after win. And we're all human.
We are going to have a fantastic women's race here on Sunday. And we just have to take a moment to acknowledge our age group athletes. They are the heart and soul of triathlon. There's more than 2,400 going to be racing here on Sunday. We took a moment to speak to several of them, but right now we're going to hear from one of our female age group athletes making a comeback. Her name is Molly Serrano from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
This is my first one in 8 years. I've done 2, but I had twins, so I took some time off. So this is the first one after having my children. You know, I actually feel like I'm in better shape now than I was 8 years ago, but we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. I left the twins at home. I'll be communicating with them. They, told me, go out and win first place. I said, okay, sure, no problem.
No pressure at all there, Molly. You just go out and take the title home for the twins. Hearing from the age group athletes, we all had the great fortune of being able to train full time, but also all came from an age group background. Is there?
Absolutely. I mean, all 3 of us were age groupers, and then we developed into professionals. I remember as an age group athlete getting up at 5 in the morning and swimming at 5:30, and then going to work all day as a high school teacher, and then working out again at night. It's a huge balance. We've all done it, and we salute our age group athletes.
Okay, Maddie, we've talked about our pro women's field here, but I think the men's field is just as equal in caliber. Yeah. We've got your brother Chris, Timo Bracht, Rasmus Henning. We've got obviously our defending champion Jordan Rapp. It's an incredible field.
No, it's a great field, and starting with Rasmus Henning, an athlete that came off of very disappointing World Championships just a month ago, had some problems in transition, and that kind of spread to the rest of his race. He won a 7:52 at Ironman distance race this year and ran a 2:39 in that effort. So that's someone that I think all the other athletes will be looking on getting a little bit of time on the bike. That's going to be pretty hard, as Rasmus is a great cyclist as well. You've got Matty Reed. He's one of the best athletes in our sport. This is his first try at the Ironman distance. He's a 09 Oceanside champion, running a 1:11 there. So that's an athlete that we're expecting to have a good race. We've never seen him at this distance, but he's going to be a factor all day long. Great swimmer, biker, and runner. Then you've got Timo Bracht, athlete that's been podium at Frankfurt 3 years in a row. Was first there in 09, so someone that we expect to, he knows how to race under pressure situations, and that's the most competitive race in Europe, so him coming to Arizona is going to be a great experience for him. I know he hasn't really raced outside of World Champs and the European Championships in a while, so we expect to see something different out of Timo this weekend. You've got my brother, Chris Lieto. He's coming off also a very disappointing Ironman Hawaii for him, so expect to see a good effort on the bike, but him focusing on a fast run this weekend to try to prove himself a little bit from a disappointing Ironman World Championships. Last but definitely not least, Jordan Rapp. He's the sentimental favorite, especially for me, a good buddy of mine who won last year Ironman Canada and Ironman Arizona, coming back after a horrific bike accident this year where we almost lost him. And I think we're all really excited to see how he's coming back. Had some good conversations with him. He seemed like he's really upbeat and ready to go. And that's an athlete that if he won, every one of his competitors would be excited and pumped to give him a hug and congratulate him.
And so to come back here is pretty special for 2 reasons. One is I really consider this to be the first Ironman I really sort of geared towards. I decided my first Ironman was in Canada in 2007, but I did it on really last minute. I decided on Friday before the race to do it through this sort of bizarre set of circumstances, and they were nice enough to let me. But it wasn't like I had the big build-up, and so this race in 2008, April, was the first time that I'd ever really said, okay, this is an Ironman that I'm going to set my sights on and prep for. And I feel like I'm sort of in that same way. I'm coming back and I'm like a new athlete, and so this is my first Ironman again, and so it's doubly special in that way. It sort of is to have this be the first Ironman again, and then to also be able to sort of defend the title in this sort of weird circumstances is pretty remarkable and really special to me.
That's a great rundown, Matt. I think no matter what happens this weekend, we're going to have fireworks here in Tempe. It's a great men's field.
Unbelievable. I got to root for, of course, Jordan Rapp. We all want him to have a great race. But Rasmus Henning, he has got the fire burning. He was so disappointed after Hawaii. He went there to win the race, and so you know he is here to win this race.
Okay, we've heard about an incredible men's and women's field here on the weekend. I'll let my counterparts elaborate on why we have such an elite field.
It really is an unbelievable field for domestic Ironman outside of the Ford Ironman World Championships. And one thing that's new this year is that there's a ranking system, a point system, and that's how our professional athletes are going to qualify for the Ford Ironman World Championships, unlike years previous. And so athletes are trying to get those points. So we're not really sure. Are athletes here just to win the race, or are they here and quite happy to come in second, third, fourth, fifth, because it's going to get them those precious points for Hawaii? So we're not really sure who's really gunning for the victory and who's just here, hey, I've got some late season fitness, I've already done a couple Ironmans, let's just see what I get so I get my foot in the door and maybe get one step closer to the Ford Ironman World Championships next year.
Definitely with points, also with that system, an athlete has to race 2 Ironmans in the year. So there's some athletes like a Timo Brock has enough points where he's probably going to qualify pretty easily for World Champs next year, but he has to have another Ironman finish. So as you said, we don't really know if people are out here just kind of towing the line and doing something for fun and to get that finish for next year to qualify, or if they're coming to win the race. So we won't really find that out till kind of late on the bike or on the run. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun to see.
I think the guys who had a disappointing race in Kona will be shooting for the win. The guys who finished in the top 10 in Kona, they're just looking to collect some points and get to the World Championships next year. Let's just take a moment to look at the course here in Tempe. We're going to start it off with a cool flat water swim in Tempe Town Lake, and then we've got a multi-loop bike course. Matty, how do you think that'll affect people?
Yeah, the multi-loop bike course, over the race it gets a little bit congested as athletes are finishing their second and third laps while first athletes are doing their first and second. You just got to maintain your composure and keep saying on your left as much as necessary, and be as polite as possible, but keep your focus on the race ahead and not about the congestion.
Lisa, is there anything you think that's unique about the course?
Well, everyone says this course isn't very demanding, it's not hilly, it's not super technical, and yet there are elements that make it difficult because of the exposure. On the bike, you're exposed to the wind, and on the run, there's very little shade, so athletes will be exposed to the very hot sun. And so while we don't have the demanding technical features, we certainly have nature's features which are going to affect all the athletes all day long.
Definitely, it's an open course out there, a lot of sun. Should be a good race. Okay, we've heard about how important our age group athletes are to the race. Lisa, you got a message for them?
I sure do. On behalf of Avon, my message to our age group athletes is get out there on this multi-loop course. Some people love a multi-loop course, some people don't love a multi-loop course, but you've just got to draw energy from it. When you're with all those other athletes and you're jostling through them, you might get a tiny bit frustrated, but be patient and take the energy that they have and enjoy it and play and enjoy having all that company, because that's what Ironman's all about, being part of the big Ironman family and taking in all of the atmosphere that the day has to offer. That's my Avon message to you. Avon, the fragrance of Ironman.
That's a fantastic message for the age group athletes. It's a long training day out there with 2,400 of your best friends. Maddie, race day weather.
Yeah, it should be good weather for the age groupers and everybody involved. Start off a little bit chilly, 50 degrees, coming out of 58-degree water temp. Be a little bit chilly, but the rest of the day, mid-60s, upper 60s. We're gonna have a little bit of wind out there, 15 to 20 mile an hour winds coming out to the east, southeast. Should be a good day for some pretty good times, but that wind will keep things a little bit slower.
Just one quick thing there, for the people not from the desert, with those cool temperatures in the morning, layer up. With the dry air here in the desert, it can get really cold in the morning. Okay, you can watch us on ironmanlive.com and ironman.com on Sunday morning. We're going to be going live from 6:30 a.m. Our pro start is at 6:50 a.m. You can hit us at Twitter and Facebook, and Lisa and Matt will do our best to give you an intelligent answer to your questions.
And of course, Welsie's going to be back on Sunday as well, and we have some great hosts that you're going to meet on Sunday, so there's lots of reasons to tune in and watch Ironman Live this weekend.
Yeah, and like Lisa said, there's lots of hosts. We'll have Sam McGlone, we'll have Hilary Biscay, and we'll be live from the finish line right till the midnight hour, and we'll get that final finisher coming across the line.
So I'm going to come into the finish line, I've set a personal best, and I'm going to break out the sprinkler all the way on Ironman Live.
Hi, this is Rich Siebert from Seattle, Washington. Join us at 7 p.m. when you get to see me cross the line and do the Donkey Kong on Ironman Live.
This has been the Ironman Live Ramp-Up Show, brought to you by Ford, bringing the Ironman experience to you. We look forward to seeing you live on race day.